Hi guys, welcome. Danny here from the Magic Junk Drawer with stories from the A&P Vault Volume 4. So this is going to be a really funny topic. This topic is about bodily fluids and bodily functions. One would think that especially when you're dealing mainly with adults, that this would not be an issue in the store, but that's not the case. It was very often that we were dealing with some kind of bodily fluid. In the more recent years, we had this woman who was transferred to our store as a manager, I believe when our store manager was out having surgery. And she was so cool. We loved her. She was great. She just was really funny. She fit right in. You know, you ever just like have somebody come to work with you and she just fits right in? That was her. So we will call her Terry. So one day we come to work and Terry, who, even though she was a woman, she kind of had to wear those like man kind of pants. You know how those pants that women wear to work are not always the most attractive. They're kind of like dockers. They're usually like a khaki color, but you know, that's what you have to wear. So we get to work. Well, I got to work after. One of my friends had got there first, and he was just crying because she told him the story. I think he told me the story. I don't know that I saw her. He said that he got to work. He was her relief, and her pants were covered in bleach stains, like bleach had splattered all over her pants. So he was like, "Hey, Terry, what happened to your pants?" You know, and she's like, oh, unbelievable. Now, her shift was the morning shift. So what was she there, like 7 in the morning till 4 or 5 at night? I think like those hours. Grown woman, drunk, outside on the bench. Now, you have to keep this in mind. Years ago, if you were a smoker, you were allowed to smoke in the back room. Way back when, you were allowed to smoke in the offices. You were allowed to smoke in the break room. But as time went on, they became more and more strict about where you were able to smoke. And they moved it outside to the bench outside, and then they had to actually take the bench and move it further away from the store. But at this point, the bench was right outside. A woman and her friend, drunk, pissed drunk. Now let me tell you, I'm no stranger to, having a couple too many every now and again. I've been there myself. I'm not throwing stones, but this is what happened. One of the women lay down on the bench and peed all over the bench. So Terry had to hose down the bench with not just water, but bleach because, it's urine. And you don't want your customers or you to be sitting in that. So as she was power washing the bench, it had splattered and it got all over her pants. And she was like, sometimes I don't know if I'm working in a store or if I'm working in a barn. I mean, what is going on here? I got to hose down a bench that somebody peed on in the middle of the day. Once again, like I said, you can't make this stuff up. There was another time that, one time I wasn't there, and this was way back when. Before they remodeled our store, the stairs up to the break room, I mean, they were really sketchy stairs. It was like a full flight, 20 stairs all the way to the top. And it had a hand railing on one side, but not the other, I don't think. And it didn't have walls. But then they remodeled our store and they put up some safety stuff. But our store had been there since I think it was 1980 it opened. So we were kind of grandfathered into a lot of the things that other stores couldn't get away with because we were there for so long. So for all these years, the stairs were open. And then there was an underneath part of the stairs until they remodeled and then they built a closet. So some older woman had gotten to the back room and she went under the stairs and she pooped. Yeah, she didn't want to walk up the stairs. I mean, the stairs were, let me tell you something, they were not easy. They were not easy for anyone, let alone an older woman. So anyway, so she pooped there. The best poop story that we have, the best is, and this was recent too, this was only a few years ago. It was the summertime and I was the front end manager, so I was all over the front end, and then you had the cashiers that were on their registers, and then you had people, basically the front end manager and then the courtesy person would kind of interact with each other, swap back and forth, and we worked together. So I was coming past the front end, which ended up at the outdoor. We were the kind of store that the outdoor and the indoor were nowhere near each other. Like they were around the corner from one another. Our store was very unique in any way you can imagine. So this woman, no wait, let me not even start that. All of a sudden there is like this green stuff all over the floor, and it looks like, you know what they say, it looks like shit, smells like shit. Well, so I'm like, what is that? It looked like maybe somebody stepped in it and they were carrying it with them. And then I see underneath register 2 like a ball of plastic bags, and I'm like, oh my God, there's a bag of shit. Somebody came in here and threw a bag of shit. You know, like, you know how kids do that? Like they light up a bag of shit on someone's front, doorstep. Well, this is what happened. The thing about the AEP is that they've got video cameras everywhere, and you can go back and watch them while they're still recording. So I had called one of the kids up to clean it, and he was like, that's not dog shit. He's like, I don't know what that is. So we went back to the video camera, and the reason why I even thought about this is that I had recently seen a video, and I may post this link over underneath that video so that the guy can see it. It was a woman walks into a store and she poops, and you can see the poop come out, and then she continues on. Well, that's what happened here. This woman was checking out on register 2. Of course, in the video, clear as day, the kid on register 1 is sitting where the bags go, which he's not supposed to do, and he's on his cell phone texting, which he's also not supposed to do, but whatever. So he didn't see it. The person on register 3 was busy. They didn't see it. Register 2 didn't see it. But this woman was wearing white shorts, and the camera catches the poop comes out of the shorts, hits the floor, and she takes a bag, wipes her leg off with it, rolls the poop up, and throws it underneath the register, and then goes out the door. And I mean, from the back, you couldn't tell how old she was. She looked like middle-aged. So that was poop story number 2. All caught on film, but we didn't get her face, so we don't know who she was. But, it's very interesting that these things happen. And you don't you don't really think about it, but everything goes on in the supermarket. Everything. Okay, if you like what we're doing here at the Magic Junk Drawer, don't forget to like and subscribe, and keep your eyes open the next time you're grocery shopping. Watch out that you don't step in poop or sit in pee-pee. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.